Leviticus 23:22 says, "When you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not reap to the very edges of your field, or gather the gleanings of your harvest. You shall leave them for the poor and for the alien. I am Yahweh your God." This particular passage is buried in a book, in a chapter where it talks about the festivals and what to do during the festivals, when are the festivals, all this stuff. So it feels a little incongruent, like it's not part of the narrative. Set that aside. I will say that I spent the last couple days reading through the Mishnah regarding this particular passage. And it is one thing after the other. How do you glean it? How many things? What's the feed? What if the thing falls on the ground? Do you pick it up? Yada yada yada. And it's a whole lot of what ifs and what you should do if to obey this particular passage. But the way we look at this, we look at through to all these passages through the lens of Jesus Christ. And what does that mean? The whole thing is about how generous is your heart. If you're a generous person, you will leave a large edge for the poor to glean and be grateful and happy with what you have been given by God. If you're a stingy person, you will go through it and leave the bare minimum of the edges for the poor. Same today. You can say, I will tithe 10% and think that you, in your mind you're doing the right thing. But if your neighbor is hungry, if someone in your neighborhood they're struggling and you have all your needs met, things are really good for you, but you don't feel the need to help anybody, is your heart correct? Are you actually doing what God says to do? The other thing it does, I mean, you could say, God could have said, pick up the gleanings and feed the poor. Instead, he says, leave the gleanings for the poor to pick up. Why? To preserve the dignity of those that were in need. Because one of the most dignified things that we do in life is to work for our living. There's nothing better than a check that you earned, the paycheck that you earned. When you come home and you're dirty and tired from a long day and you sit at the table to eat a food that you provided or that has been provided through the sweat equity of someone that loves you. It's not about the word
The
of the
word
law,
of the law at the
but
end.
the intent of the law. Okay?